Hey everybody, it's Optimus 1971, and haven't been recording for a little while, but we're going to be doing a little Space Engineers tonight. And we're going to start fresh, going to get in a planetary lander. We're going to head down to the planet Earth, just because it's prettier to look at. I've been on one of the other planets, and it's just too red. So to get things rolling, we're gonna, and I'll kind of explain a little bit about what's going on as we're doing it. But like I said, I'm gonna start off in what's known as the planetary lander, and we're gonna head in. OTT is on the horn with me today too. The only thing is he stepped away for a minute or so, and he'll be back in a little bit. And for the get-go, what we have done is we're in a ship, and it's basically going to land on this planet. Now, it's got atmospheric thrusters, so it can't get you back in outer space. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to be looking for a lake bed that's nearby, if I can find one. There's one over there. So once I get a little bit lower one, there's one back over there. The only thing is I can't tell how far away it is. Sometimes it's easier to see certain ores if there's dark spots. Just a couple things that I've learned about the game. So we're going to turn around and see if we can't edge our way to the lake over there, level ourselves out. And this ship, let's see, I'm still 4,600 meters up in the air, so hopefully it doesn't throw me out in front of the ship. Okay, good. I'll give you a quick tour of this little lander. You'll find out what some of these things are here in a little bit, but I just want to kind of give you a run through. It's a couple decks. I got a main door. I'm not going to open up right now because it might, let's see, oxygen is high, so it won't depressurize on me and throw me outside of the ship. And once I get back up, we'll have to make sure that we're not going to crash into the ground. And that is a very real probability. I don't want to just say possibility. When I'm on servers, they seem to have that issue. I've got refineries, I've got storage containers, and it's got some basic amenities in there to build some real simple things. And there's an assembler that comes in handy a little bit later. And in this game, as I do, is I only take over one ship, and that is it. Some people I know, I'm turning off the thruster, so I will continue to fall at this point. And we're going to head forward. Let me turn that a little bit just so I can see. Turn the dampeners on, that'll keep us from doing a free fall. I want to move forward because I want to get closer to that lake. I have an ore detector on the bottom of this ship, and it will detect at a pretty decent distance. Several hundred, or sorry, 150 meters maybe? 200? I'm not sure exactly how far. Okay, let's just angle this down. I only have, at full thruster right now, I have about an hour remaining of fuel. Like I said, this is basically an emergency thruster. If I actually try to spawn in another one, this one will disappear. There are things to do to keep that from happening, but my intentions aren't to spawn into another ship. I would like to keep this one. I'd like to get it safely landed and then convert it over to a base. So then I have a small base of operations. But I want it in the lake because, first of all, it's a nice smooth spot to land and makes it easier to get this thing down in one piece, at least for me. Some of the things we're going to do, though, this server has turned off the cyber hounds. The cyber hounds on this planet are a pain in the behind. They will attack you and attack you and attack you, and it's no fun. I think it'd be something if it was more of a random chance happening once in a while. But sometimes they literally do just sneak up on you. And the other planets, I believe, have one of the planets has spiders. And you actually, if you watch some of the other videos or just watch the intro video for the game, you will see that. Now, some of the travel is, let's see, I max out at 100 meters per second in the atmosphere. In Freefall and outer space, or Freefall, I can hit 107, I believe, for max thrust. And right now, I gotta start dropping. I didn't realize I wasn't even paying attention, but I'm coming up to the lake. It's frozen solid. I'm pretty sure that's intentional. They don't have to deal with the physics of water and everything else if that's the case. Now, I don't know if you can see it or how well you can see it. You'll see there's crosshairs. That's basically the front where the ship is aiming. Oh, gotta be careful, I don't want to drop too fast. And then there's the kind of the line that goes across it. I point at it, but you can't see my finger through the video. And that kind of gives me that's not the altimeter, but the horizon thingy. If I go down below it, I'll actually start to drop. Especially if I'm going forward, I will. And if I go above it, I can. If I'm going full thrusters like I am, then I can actually start to climb. But I want to start slowing down. So if I actually use the down key, in this case it's the letter C, while doing this, I'll drop much faster. But I want it to slow down, and right now, okay, we're about 30 meters per second. I'm going to go ahead and keep bringing it down. What I'm going to do is I'm going to scour across the lake. I'm going to just kind of see what I have and where. See what I have for materials. I'm still 400 foot up in the air. And the first time, a couple times I was playing this on the server. Oh, sorry, the server is hosted by PC Gamers Club on Ping Perfect servers. They so far have seemed to be some of the best. I was playing on one. Okay, ice. There's an obvious. I really wouldn't call that an ore. In fact, it's not an ore. Oh, I'm gonna jump down too low. I got a kind of a reddish brown spot in the middle of the water. Alright, I'm still 120 meters up in the air, so we're gonna crowd down below 50 if I can. And I don't know if this is just a shadow. Okay, silicon, magnesium. So actually I'm going to stop. Oh, and then there's nickel. Nickel's being detected right here, and it's over 220 meters away. So we're going to go ahead and mark that there's ores here. And it's nickel, magnesium, and silicon. So just real quick, I'm just going to create a quick, that was my original test base. We are going to delete that off there, and that's where I had died during the test. That hospital is actually where Nightru, OTT, and Fire Dragon armor, they are all close by, and it's a building that they have built up. So we might go visit them sometime in the future, but right now we're not going to. Anyways, to the GPS, we're going to create a new one from this position, and it will highlight it, and we are just going to name this by what the elements are, which is, oops, I got something running here that shouldn't be. Alright, so Fe, Mg, and Si for iron, magnesium, and silicon. Now that's not going to give me specifically where they are, but with this ship, with the ore detector, I'll know that I'll be able to find them. It'll just tell me where they're at when I come back. Okay, and I'm still... Oh, there's some more nickel right there too. So actually this is fairly rich. I've not run into this much good stuff in one lake ever. Okay, I'm about 40 meters up, so I'm still up pretty good. We're just gonna hug the outside. Just do a quick survey, see what I can find. Uranium is a good one. Okay, so there's cobalt. I'd mark down ice. However, oh, silver, uranium, and cobalt. Oh my gosh. Best day ever. Silver, uranium, and cobalt. Man, if I find platinum on this lake, what I haven't. That's just crazy. So, anyways, we're gonna go back to GPS, and we're gonna create a new one, new current position, and this is just giving a rough idea. And so, cobalt. What was it? What was it? I know there's cobalt and uranium. What was the other one? Silver. Silver. If you know what the element for silver is, it is Ag. So we'll go back into the GPS coordinates just real quick. And I might have to start putting those in semi-alphabetical order when I'm finding them. But right now, these are kind of clustered together, not individuals. It gives me a scouting area than to find them specifically, because once I land this puppy, it's probably not going to fly again. Uranium. I'm gonna get, it might be it's all in this area. So actually, I'm going to go ahead. We're gonna see if we can get right overhead of that uranium. And we just about are right now. Alright, I'm just angling the camera view. Oh. I can take my helmet off. Nothing like choking to death inside your own helmet. Uranium, it's pretty deep. Alright, it should be almost directly below the ship. We're going to lower ourselves as much. Uranium is pretty deep. So now we're actually going to, if you look to the bottom right hand side of the screen, it says there's landing gears and there's 4 of them in proximity. There's 0 right now, which that's fine. We're going to scoot out just a little bit. Oh, and we'll see if we can't level the ship out. And once you get close to the ground, the landing pads will actually turn kind of a yellow. Well, this guy's auto lock was turned on, so they just immediately turned green. 2 of them grabbed, 2 of them didn't, but I'm on a fairly flat surface, which is what I wanted anyhow. But as soon as I get out of the seat, I'm no longer going to be able to see those things, the uranium, silver, and cobalt. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to get an antenna put up. You get an antenna with an ore detector, and then it rebroadcasts those locations when you're not in the seat. Nope, there was still a little bit of outgassing going on right there. Alright. Welcome to the great outdoors of this wonderful planet. Now, for starters, you start off with a few things. It's not a hostile environment, so I'm going to go ahead and drop the gun and the ammo. Don't need those. I am going to keep, actually the only thing I really need right now, is I'm not cutting or grinding anything, is I just need the hand drill. And you're definitely going to need the hand drill for the next part. Now I tried to keep it centered of the ship just so it was easier for me to find when I come out here, and we're going to pretty much go straight down from here. But we're going to bring out the hand drill, and you have 2 settings. We're going to squat down. Let me turn on the light. See how the light kind of affects it. And we're going to squat down, and if I'll fire off once, and we stand back up, then what it does is it chips away. At this point, basically, there's ice, so I'm going to be picking up the ice as I go a little bit. I don't need a whole lot right now. Ice I can use to create oxygen and hydrogen, which then can fill up my oxygen hydrogen tanks. Now, your hand drill also does have a small scanner in it, so if it's within a short distance, like the silver, it's within 30 meters, or it's right around 30 meters, so it's picking it up fairly easy. Ice, since it's all over the surface, makes it real easy. But the uranium was pretty far down, another 130 meters maybe. So, but we have another setting on this hand drill, and if you right click, it, no, we going to go ahead and scoot back out. It just obliterates. Now this uses your suit's energy, and without the suit's energy, you can't operate your drills and things. That's actually kind of like a battery for your welder and grinder. So I'll take a break while I do some digging down, squat down, get a better purchase. We should be able to look up at this point, and you can see that we're slowly digging a hole straight down. Holding it down. Now this is going to eat through the suit's energy too, so basically I'm looking for the uranium to show up. Oh. Is that rock? Let's find out. Yep, that's stone. Don't care about the stone. Got plenty of hydrogen, so I'll be able to. And I'm swaying back and forth because sometimes you get hung up on tiny little ledges. Alright, there, cobalt is now in range. So we're going to pick up some of that. And once I get back up to the assembler, I'll show you how you can find out what needs what. We're still 20 meters away for the cobalt. But yeah, you can see which ores take what. Yep, there's Fire Dragon Armor. He just joined, so I wonder if he'll be joining us in chat soon, maybe. Some other things in this game that were turned up was how fast the assemblers work and how fast the refineries work. Okay, I'm gonna clear the space out just a little bit. We'll stand back up, and you can see a discoloration in there, and now that's the cobalt, and that's the rough color. You're gonna get some variations of this, so sometimes it gets confusing. Iron and nickel can look very similar, depending on your lighting too. But I'm going to keep digging straight down at this point, so I'm going to probably cut up some of the cobalt. But right now, the more important thing for me, I can't tell if it's getting dark outside or not, but it's definitely, let's just turn our lights off real quick. With the ship over top, kind of cutting down what light we might have. So, okay, we're going to go ahead and squat back down. And uranium is the important one. There's a lot of cobalt here. Should be back down to stone. So it looks like, since that coloration has gone away. Okay, uranium is now on our radar. Still 30 meters away. Our oxygen shouldn't get any lower. We're on an Earth-like planet, so